Clementine, Debbie Day, and my grandparents, Spotted Elk and High Hawk. They're all killed at Wounded Knee. They're buried over there with their families. My grandparents both lived around here in this area. Today they call it Bridger. It used to be Trakini or Minikoju, but since then they changed it. But my dad's dad, Alec Highhawk, escaped from Wounded Knee and some others, and they ran back from Wounded Knee in the deep snow with no food. Only thing they have was the snow and the little blueberries that hanging on the cedar trees. And my grandmother, Buffalo Pretty Hair Woman, played dead at Wounded Knee, but they were going to throw her in the trench, and she told them that she was alive, so they picked her up and put her in the wagon, and they sent her to Red Cloud in Pine Ridge. When my dad was alive, we went to Wounded Knee, and he prayed over there, so because when they throw him in that ditch, there's no prayer services or nothing. So I and Dad went over there, and he prayed, and I looked at him, and there's tears coming down his eyes. And that was really sad for me to see. My grandpa Spotted Elk went to Washington, D.C., just like Red Cloud did, to get help, but the U.S. government turned him down, so then he came back and packed up whatever they can and whoever can go with him towards Red Cloud, Pine Ridge. And that's how they were going towards, in a deep snow. And they were going over to Pine Ridge Agency, and of course the Calvary people were looking for them. And they finally found them. My grandpa Spotted Elk was in a tent because he was sick. And he couldn't, I think way Dad told me he had pneumonia because he couldn't breathe. But anyway, he was killed in a tent. And then they throw him in that ditch. But you know, that is history. We all have to move on. And I always remember Dad saying those words to me. Remember where you come from. I grew up here. My brother and our dad was a bus driver in Ritzgaffel. And our mother died in 1942, February 4th, 1942. My brother Clement was born December 2nd, 1942. I was born June 17, 1936. And our dad was a bus driver. Our mother got stricken with tuberculosis. So our grandma and grandpa raised us, George Barrygold on the flat up here, Eagle Bear Flat. And Dad joined the Army, World War II. And so our grandparents raised us over here in a log house. And we hauled water, we hauled wood, kerosene lamp. Nothing fancy like today. I have electricity, running water. I have a car. All of my grandparents were poor. So we didn't have the people like having cars or nothing. But they did the best they can to raise me and Clement. My dad told me, when you start something, don't give it up. Finish it. We all have limited time in this world. When no one knows, always be ready. Always, Dad told me, always try to get yourself together and get along the best you can. Get along with people. Make friends. That's what Dad told me. Look at yourself before you say anything. Clean your yard, he'll say. Don't talk about anybody when you don't know anything. Do what you can while you're young. Things done. Get things done for yourself. If you want to have things, you work and have it.